The fluorescent lights are still buzzing. The checkout lanes are still beeping. But something's wrong. The bread aisle is a war zone of torn packaging and crushed loaves. The water section looks like a hurricane tore through it. And that woman in yoga pants just shoved an elderly man out of the way for the last case of bottled water. This isn't a disaster movie. This is Tuesday, 6 hours after the news mentioned supply chains have temporarily stalled. Temporarily. That word is doing heavy lifting right now. Here's what nobody tells you. The first 72 hours after shelves go empty aren't about starvation. You won't starve in 3 days. The real killers are dehydration, panic-fueled violence, and painting a target on yourself by acting exactly like everyone else. Let me show you how to survive the opening act of a supply collapse without becoming part of the chaos. Forget food first. Your body can survive on stored fat for weeks. Your kidneys, however, start failing within 3 days without water. So your immediate priority is securing clean drinking water before the crowds figure this out. Your hot water heater holds 40 to 60 gallons right now, just sitting there. Turn off the power or gas, let it cool, and drain it from the valve at the bottom. If you have any warning at all, fill every bathtub, pot, and container while taps still flow. City water pressure can vanish within hours of a major crisis. Once it does, you're competing with everyone else. Here's where most people destroy themselves. They broadcast their preparedness. They load cases of water into their car in broad daylight. They argue loudly in parking lots over the last supplies. They become walking advertisements for who to visit on day 4. The psychology is brutally predictable. When resources become scarce, humans don't become noble, they become observant. Desperate people notice everything. So you move quietly, shop at odd hours if stores function at all. Carry supplies in nondescript bags, not overflowing carts that scream, "I have what you need." Don't discuss your stockpile with neighbors you don't trust absolutely. Generosity has its place. Advertising is suicide. Protecting your existing food requires no bunker, just discretion. Deep pantry? Keep it behind closed doors. Power fails? Eat spoilables first. Refrigerator items last roughly 48 hours if you keep that door sealed. The science is straightforward. Bacteria multiply exponentially above 40 degrees Fahrenheit. That leftover casserole becomes a biological hazard by hour 36. The real trap in those first 72 hours isn't empty shelves, it's crowd psychology. People cluster where they expect solutions. Grocery stores, gas stations, government distribution points. These locations become pressure cookers of anxiety and aggression. The smart move is staying home, staying quiet, and letting the initial wave of panic crash past you. The people who get hurt in early-stage crises are almost always those who rushed into the frenzy thinking they could outcompete the mob. They couldn't. 3 days pass. The initial hysteria burns itself out. The screamers have screamed, the hoarders have hoarded, and you're still there, hydrated, fed, and invisible. You didn't brawl for bottled water. You didn't advertise your supplies. You didn't join the crowd at the distribution center that turned into a shoving match. You understood that the first 72 hours are a filter, separating the reactive from the prepared. The shelves are still empty, but you're not.